Life, Liberty, and Levin last night. It was a great show because we had the retired Lieutenant Colonel Alan West, and he was absolutely incredible. And I'm not going to play the whole show for you, but let's play one or two clips. Let's go to clip number one, Mr. Producer. Go.
A lot of young men who have difficulty as kids and so forth, when they get into the military, it changes them.
Oh, absolutely it does.
It's really an important experience. My father was one of them, too. You met my father.
Yes.
World War II veteran. And to make a long story short, eventually you decided to get into politics. When did you decide to get into the politics, and what drove you to do that?
You know, most of the folks in the military, we really don't care for politicians. As a matter of fact, if you're an officer and you got the assignment to be an escort for a member of Congress or whatever, it's probably because you had pissed off your commanding officer. That was not something that we saw as a, grand thing to do. But it was so interesting. I came back after the 2006 midterm elections that the Republicans had lost, and a local woman by the name of Donna Brosmer said she wanted to sit down and talk to me, and she spoke to me about running for office. And, my mindset was on, hey, look, I'm just here for a couple of weeks. I got to go back to Afghanistan. I'm down in Kandahar. I'm working with the Afghan army, Taliban all around us. But she said something that really resonated, Mark. And she said, just because you're out of uniform, just because you've retired from the military, it doesn't mean that your oath of service has ended. And that struck me very hard, because the oath that we take, the oath that my father took, the oath that my older brother took, the oath that my nephew took, was to support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and to bear true faith and allegiance to the same. And if you truly believe in that, she was right. And so I embarked on this thing called being a United States congressman, not wanting to seek fame or fortune or a career in politics, but to continue my service to this country.
When did you realize you were a conservative? Were you always a conservative?
Well, this is the thing. And my parents were registered Democrats. I grew up in John Lewis's congressional district, which was very interesting when I presented that to him when I was sworn in with the Congressional Black Caucus. But my parents raised me with conservative principles and values. They believed in faith, they believed in family, they believed in individual responsibility, good quality education, and service to the country. And I think if we start to have conversations in America not about Republican or Democrat, and I really think the two-party system is falling apart, but if we start to talk to people on their principles and values about what makes this country so great, what enables a kid from the inner city of Atlanta, Georgia, to be sitting here with such an incredible scholar like yourself on Fox News on a Sunday night. That's the American dream, and that's what we fight for, and that's what our founding fathers fought for. It is about an equality of opportunity instead of an equality of outcomes. And that's what makes us conservatives. We believe that this is a great land of opportunity, and we just believe, as Jefferson wrote, about life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, not someone else trying to guarantee your happiness.
Outstanding. And we haven't heard the last of Alan West. Now, I'm fairly certain he's going to run for public office again. I don't have any inside track. I'm just saying. And our next guest, this may surprise you. Mr. Producer, you ever watch the show on the History Channel, Pawn Stars, P-A-W-N Stars? Our next guest is going to be Rick Harrison. And Rick Harrison, you're going to see a side of Rick Harrison that you've never seen before. I haven't interviewed him yet, but he's become a very dear friend of mine. He and his wife and my wife and I. And he's very philosophical. He is, well, I'm not going to give it away. He is terrific. And it's just going to be one of those unique guests, and I think you'll find it extremely compelling. As was Alan West. And Alan West is a really terrific patriot. And as I say, I think we're going to be seeing a lot more.